So here we have the Honda CR-V 1.6 D-Tech SR, so that's the diesel 1.6 manual on a 65 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through a few controls on the inside. But from the outside you can see it's got alloy wheels, 5 doors and tinted windows, along with those CR-V side steps as well. Let's start off inside the boot and then work our way around the rest of the car from there. Approach the back of the car, you'll see we've got reversing sensors. This car's also got a reversing camera, which I'll show you when we're inside the car. Plenty of boot space as well, along with that 60/40 split folding rear seat. Work our way back round to the front of the car now, and then I'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But now that we've done a full circle of the car, you can see that it's in lovely condition the whole way round. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. As you can see, you get half leather seats. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that right now. Okay, so now that we're inside the car, we're going to start off with the dials. On the left-hand side, we've got the rev counter, we have the speedometer in the middle, and then on the far right-hand side, the fuel gauge and coolant temperature gauges. You can see in the middle of the trip computer, the total miles on this car are 13,790, and you can change the information that's displayed there by pushing the buttons on the steering wheel for various different bits of fuel economy information, trip computers, and what have you. Now, if we back out to the steering wheel, on the right hand side we've got cruise control and speed limiter, and the buttons I was using a moment ago for the trip computer. And then on the left hand side we've got stereo controls, and down here phone controls, including voice activation at the bottom there for the phone. So hit that button, ask it to dial anyone in your contacts list, and it'll do that for you without you having to take your phone out of your bag or pocket. That is of course once you paired the phone, and that's done in the central screen, which also houses the satellite navigation, as you can see just there. Really easy system to use. Ultimately, if you hit nav, it will bring up the map. You could then, if you want to, direct anywhere by putting in postcodes. You've got a main menu down the bottom there, for example, that will enable you to look at where you are. You can then go to certain locations: hospitals, police stations, petrol stations, hotels, you name it. Also back on the home screen is where you can access the different audio options in this car. So in terms of the ways I listen to music, audio is off at the moment. If we turn that on and off from that electric button if you wish to, or you can just turn the volume up over here and turn it on exactly that way, and then it's back on. You can turn the volume down over here. But this car has got, in terms of different bands and radio frequencies, if you hit that button where it says FM just there, you can see that it's got FM, long wave, medium wave and DAB digital radio. It has a CD player, USB input, which is the same as the iPod input. You can then stream music wirelessly via Bluetooth audio, and it has an HDMI input as well. So loads of ways to listen to your music in this car. And besides that, the other thing that comes up on this screen is the reversing camera, which you can see just there. Full color image with guidelines, so you'd know what direction the car is headed in relation to the image that you see on the screen. Beneath that, we've got dual zone climate control. So you can adjust the temperature independently on either side of the car. Then press that button in the middle to turn the air conditioning off or back on again, or you can push that button and you'll put the whole system into auto, and the car will maintain these temperatures for you by taking control of the fan speed itself, and you can just simply override that by readjusting the fans accordingly. We then have a 6-speed manual gearbox. Down here we have a 12-volt charging socket underneath there, driver and passenger heated seats. This button is to turn the stop and start off, so this car is designed to cut out in traffic to save you fuel. You can turn that system off should you wish to. And then all the way back in the central armrest we've got 2 USB inputs, the HDMI input and a second 12-volt charging socket. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to call any of our MJA sites. We'd love to hear from you soon.